This is Frank Fantini, and I'm with Matt Davey, who is the CEO of NYX Gaming, which is one of the emerging companies in the gaming industry. We talk a lot, Matt. We interview the CEOs of these big giant corporations like Scientific Games. And so it's also good, however, to meet folks like you who have emerging companies that are becoming increasingly important. Why don't you tell us a little bit about who NYX Gaming is?
Sure. Thanks for having us on, Frank. So I agree. We are definitely an emerging business. And I think what gets me most excited is the state in the industry we're at today. We're on the cusp of what I call a digital revolution. It's not just internet gaming, it's not just interactive gaming, but this is digital content. And we operate in the entertainment industry, and it's getting impacted by this move to digitize things just as much as any other industry. So from NYX's perspective, what we're focused on is creating the technology and the content that allows operators to move into this digital supply of product. And it's not fundamentally any different as a product than what we've seen on the land-based floors around casinos around the world, but it's easier to consume. We think there's a market that's evolving of players that like things that are convenient and operate in a digital format. So we're seeing that throughout Europe. It's obviously a more mature market for digital content, but we're also seeing the shoots of growth here in the US as well, which is one of the reasons we're based here. So NYX is focused on that. We've built a platform now that lets land-based gaming operators digitize their offering. And we also have worked very hard, particularly in the last 18 months or so, to get all of the right products under one umbrella so that they don't have to go out and get a disparate number of different suppliers to provide the one set of products. So today we provide an entire gaming platform and all of the major products in what I consider the 5 verticals of gaming: poker, casino, lottery, bingo, and now sports betting.
And you're doing this online and bricks and mortar.
So yeah, we do. When I think about it, I think we have a digital product. We have both bricks and mortar customers and online only customers. And we also have a good combination of the both. So take the United Kingdom, for example. There are some online only operators there, such as Skybet, one of our best customers. They built a very, very nice online only business using the Sky brand from News Corp. But we also have customers like William Hill and Ladbrokes and Paddy Power that have a 100-year heritage in land-based gaming that have also built a very interesting digital business online. And then in the US, for instance, in New Jersey, we have customers like Resorts, Caesars, Golden Nugget, that again have a long history in the land-based market and consider themselves bricks and mortar businesses, but have extended themselves into the online space.
One of the things people ask about, or have asked in the last few years, is the expansion of online gaming in the United States. And it got off to a pretty slow start in New Jersey,
right?
Slower than some of the early overly optimistic projections, but it's gaining substantially in this past year or so. I mean, numbers are up 20, 30, 40%.
Yes.
How do you see the evolution of interactive gaming in the United States?
Sure. So I think the first point to recognize is that we're talking about regulated online gaming here in the US. Online gaming itself has been around for over 15, 20 years. Americans have been participating in interactive and online gaming for a long time. It just hasn't been through the regulated markets. And so it's not a matter of do people gamble online. The question is, do they do that in a safe and secure and regulated fashion? And that's the bit that's taken time to bed in. So the US, I think, has pioneered what I consider first world regulated environments, in particular in New Jersey, for instance, where we have rolled out 2 things that have made it very difficult for the consumer to step up and actually participate. One is geolocation technology, which has never been implemented to the degree that New Jersey has done. And the second has been credit card processing, payment processing. And both those parts of the overall online gaming business have taken time to bed in. And that's why it's taken time for the New Jersey market to grow as fast as people initially thought. In terms of population size, in terms of the demand from consumers, it's the same as any other market in the world. We look at Sweden, it has roughly the same number of people, about 9 million people. It's a 250 million euro revenue business there. New Jersey's at 150 million US at the moment, after being up for 2 years. Whereas Sweden's been around for 5 or 6 years. So we see it growing just like any other market, but it had to deal with some of those technology issues and the rules and regulations that were finding themselves. So really, regulators had to get comfort with how to regulate this business, and I think we've made a lot of progress there.
You're a publicly traded company.
Correct?
Listed in Toronto.
Correct.
What would you like investors to best understand about NYX Gaming?
So I think I'd step back and go, for a start, we're a software business, but the market we're in is the global gaming industry. And the aspect we're taking advantage of is this migration of what I call analog or land-based consumption of entertainment into online or digital. It's not because we've done anything clever, it's because there's a market for consuming entertainment, be it movies or music, and when that gets digitized and put in a convenient format, there's a huge uptake by consumers all around the world. And so what we've done as a business is position ourselves right on the cusp of that trend there. We're seeing people consume gambling product, and it's now moving into a digital format. So where we're at right now is basically day zero in my mind. And for investors thinking about our business, do you want exposure to a pure digital online supply business, which is quite a contrast to, say, some of the land-based manufacturers who have legacy business models and legacy product. They're moving into that space and they're doing quite a good job, but there's that legacy issue to deal with. We don't have any of those issues. So investors get exposure to the global gaming industry through our business without, say, the regulatory risk or operator risk that ties in with an individual operator. We have over 200 customers around the world. We have over 1,000 gaming products within our business. So we don't have any kind of key customer risk or key product risk. And we have a very defensible regulatory environment that we operate within. So in my mind, you're buying entry into one of the fastest growing digital entertainment businesses in the world from a very defendable supplier nature.
Okay, very interesting. Anything else you'd like folks to know about NYX?
Well, I guess, so we have some very big competitors, multi-billion-dollar businesses. Most of them are in Europe, but what we've done to focus on our competitive advantages, because of our DNA grew from being a content business, we've focused on being an open platform where we allow our operators, our customers, to choose whatever products they want. We make it very easy for them to do that. So first of all, content-led, second, open. And third, we have a very strong focus on the highly regulated markets, and that differentiates us from a lot of our online competitors. That's expensive. It takes a long time to invest in and establish traction on, but once you've done that, you've really created a nice moat around the business. And I think we've achieved that in a number of states, New Jersey for one, British Columbia for another. And I think as you watch the gaming industry expand and mature, the regulated markets will get larger and the unregulated markets will get smaller. And so you want to be on the right side of that equation, which I think we are.
Okay, great. Very interesting, Matt.
Thank you, Frank.
Thanks for coming by.
Pleasure. Thanks for having us on.